I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
Okay.
So if they ask you how I feel,
What's up?
I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
I am.
So if they ask you how I feel,
What's up?
I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
That's right.
So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? Season 4 of Down the Gridiron officially begins. And those of you who are wondering why you see somebody else other than the Playmaker, that's because this guy right here, the Morning Shift's Cole Johnson, he is officially the co-host for Down the Gridiron that begins today. My brother, how you doing? You are official now.
Oh, I'm official now. Okay. Well, I'm doing well. I can't complain, and thank you for extending this invitation. I do not take it lightly, and I think this is going to be fun. I think you've known for quite a while that I have a similar level of college football like you do. So, yeah, I think this is going to be great.
This is going to be a fun ride here. You know how we do. We're going to go through the conference first. Today is the Big 12. We're going to start with the Big 12 today. Next week, we'll get into the SEC, who me and him both think is the best conference in college football. Even though another conference has something to say about that and have a right to say something about that. The ACC will be week 3. And then finally, the conference that has something to say about being the best conference because they won the last 2 national championships, the Big 10. With the Big 10, we'll look at some interesting games from week 0. And then after that, we'll dive into the full week 1 slate. And this is going to be fun having my brother right along with me for this. We changed some things up. We changed some titles up. So we no longer have the 2-minute drill. We have this and replacement. The No Huddle, which we're bringing you the news and notes from around the college football landscape. And we're going to begin with one news from the Big 12 that we can talk about right here, right now. One Deion Sanders said he battled and beat cancer. When they say
Bladder
they had a press conference Monday, when they say they had a press conference Monday, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like we just saw you at Big 12 media day and you was looking good, you was sounding fine. I'm like, okay, what's going on? But it was to tell the word that he beat cancer. So
I'm happy for him. People want to lampoon, rake over the coals, and disrespect Deion Sanders. He is a wonderful man, and for him to go through this and be on the other side of it, it's wonderful. I'm glad he's healing from it. I'm glad that there's no lingering effects from what we've heard and what I could ascertain. So I'm happy to see him being on the sidelines because it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be sans Shador and Shiloh.
Well, we have the rest of this show to talk about that part of it. But the fact that he's on a better health track is very pleasing to know. Very pleasing to know. And then, unfortunately, from a pleasing note for myself to a non-pleasing note for me, Florida DJ Lagway has a calf strain in boot to start fall camp. All right, let me see. This article says here, shout out to the Associated Press. Florida quarterback DJ Ladway will open fall camp in the same spot he spent spring practice, watching from the sideline. Ladway is dealing with a calf strain and wearing a walking boot. And Coach Billy Napier offered no timetable for his star player's return. It's the latest injury issue for the highly touted sophomore who missed spring with a shoulder injury after undergoing Spurs hernia surgery.
Sports hernia. Eesh. That's painful.
I can't catch a break, can I?
No.
I can't catch a break. I need a quarterback, man. And people are hyped about this year for Florida. And our starting quarterback is already injured. We ain't even take a snap yet. Oh, man.
Well, I mean, there's hope. You never know. You might find a diamond in the rough. You sort of did last year, so you might have to do the same this year.
That is not helpful. You know that, right?
What do you mean it's not helpful?
He is in the Heisman candidate race already.
I'm trying to be positive here. I am trying my best to be positive here.
You're trying. Man, that's my quarterback, man. I feel like T.O. right now.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, I know it's your quarterback. Go ahead and cry your tears. No, take that back. Go ahead and put the shades on first, then cry your tears. But
I don't got time to do all that.
But it's possible it might open up another opportunity for someone to help resuscitate how Florida has been the last, 10 years, maybe 15. I mean, there's still hope. I mean, people love going to Florida. Talent loves to go to Gainesville. So you might have one of those diamonds in the rough that you did not know could actually be one that can actually take you to W's. You might find that this year, even with a Heisman Trophy candidate not being all healthy. Again, I am trying to be positive here.
You want me to be positive? Well, I have a whole week to prepare myself because we talk about that conference next week, which is actually both of our conferences now.
Well, yeah, but say it's the conference that we both now are focused on the most. Yes. Well, I mean, not in analysis, but in fandom. Yes.
I have a week. Okay. Does that work for you? I have a week. I have a full 7 days.
Yes, that works just fine. And you might have a different perspective from this. You just might. He might kick off the boot, and the next thing you know, you'll be reading reports saying he's taking first string snaps under center.
Okay. Moving on.
He's thinking, and I'm just pulling his leg. That's cold.
Donald Trump signs order, seeks to clarify NCAA athletes' employment status. Dan Murphy of ESPN wrote this article, and the article says President Donald Trump has directed members of his cabinet to develop a plan in the next 30 days. So we are pretty much almost 7 days in. So we're talking 23 days more. Aim at preserving college sports opportunities and preventing college athletes from becoming professionals, according to an executive order he signed Thursday. Trump's order sets out specific guidelines for preserving athletic scholarship based on an athletic department's annual revenue. It is also declared that schools should not permit athletes to accept third-party pay-for-play payments. The order states that Secretary of Education Linda McMahon should use future federal funding decisions, among other tools, to force schools to abide by the administration's policy. Before you even start, see, I had it ready for you. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce to you a new segment of the show. Coming out the gate, we already got a fight night because Cole Johnson, he's been burning up for almost a whole week for this one. Should I give you the full screen, sir?
It doesn't matter. You can give me the full screen. Heck, you could have the full screen. Now just rant. It doesn't matter.
Ladies and gentlemen, round one.
I did not need to see the name Donald Trump nor hear the name Linda McMahon. And that right there, it puts me in prime frothing condition because you're trusting education to a woman who we both know very well. I mean, she is, I don't know if she's still married to Vince McMahon, but the former president of WWE. But right now looks as though she's been heavy doing the Botox injections on the face. I think she knows better how to do that and could tell people how to make their face look better than how to steer any education of lower, middle class, or higher learning. And then we get to the president. I get why he wants to dip his toes into the NCAA. And he wants to dip his toes in that because, he feels compelled that, he's a fan and he will always be a fan, and that's how he will be, and that's how he will paint it, and that's how he'll project himself to be. And that's how he paints himself in this picture. NCAA, you are greedy. I mean, it's just straight greedy. I had to deal with this BS last week with the basketball arm of you wanting to expand the playoffs from already 68 teams where you make billions of dollars in that tournament. But I guess you're not making enough in football. And that is what draws all these institutions to you. Football. You can scratch basketball off the list. Football makes so much money hand over fist. It probably helps every PWI that I know, and maybe even some HBCUs, but definitely every PWI that I know that's considered Division 1 or 2, maybe, to actually have school. So I get that you have this itch, you have this feeling that, well, it'll be cool if we link arms with the government because, the kids, they making money, and we got to find a way to grab into the pockets of these players because they were amateurs, and we got away with saying, well, you know what? It's more important with the jersey on the front, the name on the front of the jersey, instead of the name on the back. You remember you all saying that? You remember saying that, and now you have NIL come into the play 5 years ago, and now you have coaches like Nick Saban retiring very soon thereafter because, oh Lord, the reins have been gone. It's good that the reins are gone, and they should be gone because you have these 18 to 22-year-olds who they sacrifice all year round. Heck, they even play when school isn't even in session. But you expect them to not draw a dime. And you say, well, you're getting paid with a scholarship. I mean, you get the money there. You can use that money to subsist and survive. The scholarship is not meant for living wages. It's meant to make sure the schooling is paid for. Oh, I forgot. You made sure the school is paid for by getting the bucks of the pockets of every single rich and wealthy, successful person you could possibly find. Why should I even be shocked? Why should I be angry? Why should I even be surprised?
Would you like a quote from Donald Trump himself?
Please.
All right. He says, quote, "A national solution is urgently needed to prevent this situation from deteriorating beyond repair and to protect non-revenue sports, including many women's sports that encompass the backbone of intercollegiate athletics." Close quote.
Mr. President, it's unfortunate that we do have a system where basketball and football players, for the most part, maybe even some baseball players, they earn money off of name, image, and likeness. And for those who don't know, that's what the acronym NIL stands for. But probably better than most, football draws so much revenue. They draw so much revenue that the other sports that don't get paid, field hockey, track and field, swimming, and you can go on, tennis, and so forth and so on. That, it would be cool if they would get money. Yeah, that'd be great. But you have been in the business world, sir, I would dare say, 50 plus years? Maybe 60? What was the thing that your father taught you about business? If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. The other parts of the intercollegiate athletics don't make dollars. So if they don't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. But basketball, and to a lesser degree, football, basketball, and to a larger degree, football does. That's how many of these schools actually stay erect. And if that would not be the case, then why should we complain about these athletes who are making tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars per these big institutions? If they are driving that much revenue with the play that they're putting forth on the field, or in the basketball case on the court, but since this is football, on the gridiron, then what should it hurt the athletes to get paid for it? If these schools are getting paid tens of millions of dollars to be in a bowl game, forget what they draw in each of their home games. If they get tens of millions to be in a bowl game, don't you think that there should be some recompense? Don't you think there should be some type of stipend, some type of payment system in place? Look, it would be great if other sports gets paid. It'd be wonderful. But name me another sport in collegiate sports that draws as much money, makes as much money, and pulls as much revenue as football. I'll wait. And that's why it is important, it is imperative, and it is necessary for how it is now, and it's not going to go or spiral out of control, because outside of basketball and football, maybe to a much smaller degree baseball, none of the other sports draws as much revenue as those two. And when that day comes where it does, then fine, let it trickle down to them. But if last I checked, NIL is deals that the player makes with businesses. So it doesn't matter where you are, you can do this if you didn't play football or basketball. So how is it considered out of control, Mr. President, if the deal is made and struck between the player and the business? And speaking of business, you all should get out of the player's business and let them make their money. Greedy suckers. Greedy jackholes make me so royally upset. We are 3 weeks away from the first kickoff of college football, and we have to deal with this. Really? I'm sorry.
I had a feeling that that graphic would come in handy.
The NCAA versus Cole Johnson.
I had a feeling that graphic would come in handy.
And here it is. We're barely 10 minutes into this show, and you got a chance to break it out. 10 minutes into the first show of the 2025 season, and you got a chance to unveil it.
Thank you, President Trump. I said, oh, they already gave me one hour at the gate. All right, cool. Oh, man. And guess what? That's how we're going to close out the first episode. No huddle. All right. Oh, man. That was great. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot.
I'm sure you did. The moment I heard Linda McMahon, I'm like, oh Lord, that woman knows Botox better than education.
But hey, no commercial breaks today. We're gonna go right on because let's get into it. The Big 12. The Big 12.
The Big 12.
Oh, and by the way, those of you who want to know, you can go ahead, hit the like button on the YouTube channel or whatever you're watching. If it is on X or LinkedIn, hit that like, subscribe if you can, and share this out. Let's get more people in here. Let's get people in the comments, in the chat. So we finna talk Big 12 football. We're going to the Midwest. Outside that side of the country that Cole Johnson knows very well.
Yes, I do.
Oh, and shout out to Real Rise Radio, where you can also listen to this on that station.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, Wise. Love you, brother. Yeah, and the Big 12, they are headquartered in the worst city in the world.
I'm saving that for basketball because I'm enjoying it more in basketball. I enjoy it more in basketball because there's actually a team in Dallas that actually is called Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I think I enjoy it more on shooting lights out than here.
I love taking these pot shots at Dallas every now and then.
Oh, I know you do. That's why I'm having fun making clips out of them.
Mm. But for those who think I'm serious, again, I'm serious with some citizenry need to go. But no, I have a lot of people who I love who live in Dallas, and I don't want harm to be brought on them at all. And I love the scenery of the area.
Oh man. By the way, go ahead and subscribe to Shooting Lights Out. It's been fun. Bringing out the Dallas hate for him.
He said, if Donald Trump were to tell Cole Johnson, I have a bomb I want to drop on the city, which one are you going to choose? Oh man, I saw that clip. That was hilarious.
Because you couldn't get out of that one.
I was like, I can't say Nashville because I live here and I love the city. I can't. I definitely won't say Houston, or New Orleans. I was born there. I could say New York or LA, but I actually like both cities. I could say Chicago, but I like that city too. Yeah, I'm like, the choices dwindled down to very little.
Yeah. So let's get into the Big 12, shall we? Arizona State, your 2024 Big 12 champions, after they were picked last. There's a reason why I said that.
They should have gone to the national semifinal. Yes, I said it.
Arizona State, BYU, Colorado, and Iowa State all finished 7-3 in the Big 12 play. Arizona State defeated Iowa State to claim the Big 12 title. Commissioner Brent Yorkman says that the Big 12 striving for multiple CFP teams, and Coach Prime, when he was there, advocated for salary cuts. But before we dive into the Big 12, Commissioner, you have anything you want to say?
Speaking of the CFP, we continue to believe the 5-11 model proposed by the Big 12 and the ACC is the right playoff format for college football. We want to earn it on the field. We do not need a professional model because we are not the NFL. We are college football, and we must act like it.
You a lie! I'm sorry, I did not mean to react to that manner.
Why you lie?
We're not professional. We're college. We've got to act like it. You make as much money. Those schools make sometimes as much money as an NFL team does. Maybe a little less. Come on now.
Courtesy of the Big 12 and ESPN. Shout out to the Big 12 and allowing the Playmakers blog to be a part of their media team.
And why they had to pull out one of those villains from the Green Arrow to be in front of the camera?
Oh, that's the commissioner. What you want?
Oh Lord.
The commissioner is supposed to speak, right?
Yes, the commissioner is supposed to speak, but he shouldn't have to look like one of those Green Arrow villains. It almost sounds like him too. That's what made it even funnier. I'm like, oh Lord, it sounds just like that dude too.
Anyway, the reason why I played it wasn't the fact that I'm looking for you to call him a liar. I didn't expect that. It's the 5-11 format that them and the ACC are trying to implement in college football, which means they'll be adding 4 more teams, most likely next season.
So they want 16 teams in their conference.
So 5, yes. So you get your conference champions, like the whole conference champion thing that doesn't change. Mm-hmm. Your top 4 conference champions and your best group of 5 champion, and then you have 11 at large bids. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Because remember, we went through the first one, and we had our own problems with the first one, even though it was the first one. So we ain't go too hard on them.
Right. Well, I mean, it's good that you have the 4 conferences aligned. I mean, you have the 4 conferences outlined, I should say. The Big 12, Big 10, SEC, and the ACC. Unfortunately, the ACC, they can't get there together. Well, maybe the Pac-2 can help and actually find many other teams. I know they have like 4 or 5 that's probably going to join them either next year.
They have more. So I have to research.
And so I know there's going to be more that they're going to add. So we might see the Pac-16 by the time we get to 2030. The model I think would work if it's 4 big conferences, and I think that's where they want to head. But the question will be, can the other conferences get like how right now what the Big 10 and the SEC are with 16? We'll see.
I think the Big 12 has like 18 teams, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
I think the thing is not a lot of people pay attention to the Big 12. So
yeah, it's you're right. It's either
I think that is the model. I think that's the model to go. Because we already said one thing: do away with the bye week. Do away with the bye week because there's no point of having your conference champion have a whole month off, and all the other teams get to play 3 weeks in advance.
Well, here's the problem with that. The greed that is college football. And then they want to claim, well, the kiddies are working and they're doing finals around that time period. So we can't have the playoffs happen when the kiddies are doing finals. Shut up. That's a lie too. You can find a way to have them play when they are doing finals for the fall semester. Just like you found a way to extend the playoff all the way into mid-January now, which you all were saying, well, we should play past New Year's. Now we're playing 2 weeks past it. So you found a way to do that. You can find a way to have the kiddies play when they are doing finals.
That bye we did not have any one of the top 4 teams. All of them got ousted. First game.
See, but I don't think it's the bye as much as the time period because
that's why I say do away with the bye week.
We
know what the schedule.
Because the teams 5 through teams 5 and down, they still had a week off.
No, they played the week before.
No. I know they played week before the top 4 teams played, but I mean they even had a bye too. That's what I'm saying. So, Heisman week was a bye. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I was saying, if you're not going to change the schedule, you might as well just get rid of that extra week.
Right.
You might as well
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
and go 16 teams, and
That's what
go
I'm saying.
from
Yeah.
there.
That's what I'm saying. Heisman week was a bye. So these teams still had 2 weeks off. Now, the top 4 having 3, I can see how that's problematic, but I don't think it's as problematic as people are making it.
I'm up for the whole 5+11 format.
I'm up for all 16 to play, but I don't see that happening. At least I don't see that happening next year. And when I mean next year, I don't mean 2025. Next year, 2026. Next year, or even the year after. Maybe 2028, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
As I said earlier, Arizona State was your champion, and they were picked last. So with that result happening, because they were picked last in the Big 12 Media Pro, they finished number 1. Mm-hmm. You know what that prompted?
And we as a coaching staff decided this in May. We didn't do a coach's poll this year, and the narrative really hurt the Big 12 last year. It hurt it with Kalani, and it hurt it with Kenny for a while. And I'd like to see the first polls come out when the CFP comes out, right? Because then you've got 7 or 8 games rather than this team's supposed to be good, we'll keep them up there, and all of a sudden they start off 1-3 and they're still ranked 15th, and somebody like Kenny could be 4-0 and not even in the ballpark.
Okay.
So they say since the media poll was so off, and I mean off, we ain't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And he does make a great point.
Ian?
A team like North Carolina, or let's see, well, we're talking football, so let me pick a football team. So a team like
you can pick Chapel Bill.
So a team like Florida State, right? You see what type of season they had, right? But how long it took them for them to finally fall out the rankings? And Arizona State, they was rolling, and you couldn't find them nowhere in the rankings.
Well, I mean, Florida State last year fell out the rankings faster than a pair of 75-year-old women's. I'm sorry, my bad.
Don't you do that?
I'm sorry. That's in poor taste.
It's these people from the AP that want to believe in certain teams, but it's like, do you see what's on the field? Do you see the product on the field?
Am I wrong?
Oh, whatever you say about Florida State, I'm going to agree with anyway. It's Florida State we're talking about.
Forget trashing them. I'm just saying, just on an analysis standpoint.
They were so awful.
I know that's one of the 3 schools you really don't like. I get that. But still. They were supposed to be this big Kuna type of team. They were supposed to come off of that wonderful season where Governor DeSantis wanted to lobby the NCAA and want to sue him for not being in the playoff.
Right.
So they would come off that season, but then they get trounced by Georgia. And then they come into the 2024 season and they sink like a rock going down into the Pacific Ocean.
Taking the trip over to Ireland and get beat by Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and that's how the downward spiral began.
But I agree with Coach.
So you think, okay, do you think the rankings would be served better if the coaches voted and they counted it?
Yes.
I don't.
By the way, I hate the preseason rankings because how do you know who's going to be ranked? How do you know these teams should be ranked where they should be ranked? I
agree. I think I always believe that the rankings really don't matter until probably by the time. That was probably about the time when Georgia and Florida play.
That's why he said when the first CFP polls come out.
Yeah,
because that's when the CFP polls come out.
Mm-hmm. Right around the time when Georgia and Florida play. And that normally is either the last Saturday in October or the first Saturday in November. Normally it's last Saturday in October. I would say around then is when rankings really should matter. Besides then, before you get there, it's a bunch of jockeying and it's sexy. Like, for instance, earlier October last year, in fact, it was October either 1st or 2nd, where you had Oregon and Ohio State play. I mean, they were ranked number 1 and 2. Oh, cool, it was sexy, and you got more eyes on the TV screen because you're actually saying, well, we're putting forth a number 1 versus number 2 ranked game. The 2 top ranked teams, they're playing on prime time. I get it from that standpoint. But from a, okay, let's fairly determine who really is the best of the best. Yeah. Latter part of October, the last Saturday in October, I think is when you should start doing that. And the reason why I say the last Saturday in October is I think you need about at least a good 4 or 5 weeks of the regular season to actually determine in a concise way who is the best of the best. And you can probably better assess who is there instead of saying, all right, yeah, this team, they did well, they slipped, but I think they're good. And they're there because of reputation.
And then they slip again.
Mm-hmm.
And then they slip again.
Right.
And they slip again.
Mm-hmm.
And then it seemed like Arizona State, who just doing nothing but handling business, not even seen.
They barely don't even get a sniff until we get to the Big 12 title game. Not even a sniff of, wow, this team actually is pretty good until then.
Yeah, I need the AP to do better. I need y'all to do better because y'all be killing us with these rankings. And start with the double numbers too. Jeez.
See, this is why I sort of hold out coaches polls. The advantage is, of course, who would know the product better than the ones who are on the field and who watch the tapes of these other teams. I get that. But there are biases with these coaches too.
There's biases with everybody.
There's implicit biases with the coaches as well. It could be with a certain team. It could be with a certain conference, positive and negative. But you have to deal with those biases as well with the coaches as you would with writers.
I'm with Coach Cole Johnson. He's somewhat with the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And then Coach Prime advocates for salary cap.
Okay. What I would change in college football, it has to be, and they're trying to implement it. It's got to be a salary cap on this stuff because this stuff is going crazy and nobody know where it's going to land, where it's going to end. Secondly, I like the professional rules to be implemented in college. They're getting ready to be pros, so let's go 2 feet in, on the catches. Let's mark the foul if it pass interference. Let's do the same thing the pro game is. Let's do it to college.
Where do you want to begin, sir?
Okay, well, I agree. Actually, I agree with him with the salary cap part. So I don't really have an issue with that at all. The implementing pro rules, from his vantage point, I get it. So I won't say he's wrong. From his vantage point, I get it. I disagree, though, because I think that is what makes the college game a little bit more unique. That's one of the rules which makes it unique. The fact that you only do need 1 foot in bounds and on receptions. And believe me, the NFL has forever smartened up wide receivers that are rookies and tight ends that are rookies and running backs that are rookies and say 1 foot in bounds crap doesn't work. You need either 2 feet or 1 knee. They teach it well in the pros. Nothing's happened. We don't have a proliferation of incomplete passes because rookie and second-year wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs only put in 1 feet, and they argue to the refs, say, I had a foot in bounds. No, it's 2. They don't have that issue. If the NFL had that issue, then I could see the college game saying, yeah, okay, all right, fine. 2 feet in bounds would be better. No, that's what makes the college game special.
Oh, okay. I see. Salary cap. Well, they got to do something because this. Back to your fight night with the NCAA has gotten out of control because the NCAA. Can I borrow a term from you?
Okay.
The NCAA has no balls.
You would have to borrow that from me. Okay. But the NCAA doesn't have any balls. And that's why I do not have anything to say, but I agree with you, Coach Prime, in salary cap. Because one does need to be instituted. One does need to be instituted because you're going to have programs, and you're starting to see it now. You're going to have programs that's going to stack up on the talent. And what was the narrative with Ohio State last year?
The highest paid salary in college football.
Mm-hmm.
Our highest paid roster.
Yes. The best team college football can buy. That was the narrative last year, and then they steamrolled their way to a national championship. Look, I salute you. You did great, for the exception when you choked your game at home to Michigan, but that's besides the point.
You got 3 weeks for that. we gonna close the preview out with the Big Ten.
Yeah, but seeing it from the vantage point of these schools, yeah, I think that's going to have to be the next step, because then you're going to have coaches gripe and complain and say, well, we're not getting the best talent because obviously there's certain teams, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Texas, Georgia, probably even Oregon, schools like that. Those institutions can waive the you can take any of the richest trees of money that we have, and it's all yours, and stick all the other 100 institutions out to dry. So yes, the salary cap does need to be instituted. That's why I can't refute anything about that from Coach Prime. I agree with that.
Nothing for me to add, so there's your opening takes from the Big 12 Conference. Key non-conference games.
Who gives a crap about Cincinnati? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Wow, I know.
Why is Cincinnati getting astray?
I know Travis and Jason Kelsey. That's your alma maters. I know, but alma mater. But I'm sorry.
Jeez. What Cincinnati do to you?
They haven't done anything. It just, I just felt compelled to say that.
Jeez. As those of you who can see it, those of you who are listening to the audio, first game is August 28th. That's when Nebraska goes to aforementioned Cincinnati. Thank you, Cole Johnson.
What did I do? Thank you, Cole Johnson. What did I do?
Just come out the gate swinging at Cincinnati. Oh my God, what's Cincinnati do to get a right hook on that one?
Oh, that felt good.
Coach Prime will be opening up his season in Boulder against Georgia Tech. That's the 29th of August. The aforementioned Chapel Bill will open up his North Carolina and collegiate debut at home against TCU.
Beat them down, Chapel Bill. Beat them down. Oh, I'm so sorry.
The fact that you and Victor are stuck on Chapel Bill amazes me.
Chapel Bill. Even when you said it was hilarious.
The fact that y'all two are stuck on that.
The fact you said it, how you said it to me is what I know. The fact you said it got Victor. How you said it was what hooked me. I was like, that's brilliant. I like that. I get that. A take on Chapel Hill. That's where North Carolina is. Chapel Bill. But when you went Chapel Bill, I was like, oh, he's never going to let that down. He's never going to let that down. I'm going to continuously remind him. This is a term that he lost, Bill Belichick. I'm proud of you.
I was caught up in the moment. All right.
I know you were. That's what made me proud of you. Chapel Bill.
Of course, you have the Cyhawk rivalry, and that's going to take place in Ames, Iowa.
Iowa State. Mm-hmm.
Kansas at Missouri.
Oh, so they actually are going to do their rivalry, although I know they no longer belong in the same conference anymore.
Oklahoma State goes to Oregon.
Oh, so wow. So Oklahoma State decided to be they decided to be a directional school to Oregon.
Look,
wow, that's cool.
September 6th is a ridiculous schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. Do I have to come on here that following week and have to chew out Mississippi State for them losing at home to Arizona State?
Yes.
Okay. Gracious.
I don't have the faith in Mississippi State. I would love to have that. I would love to have the faith in them, but I don't.
The backyard brawl would be taking place in Mountaineer Country.
Wow, they are playing that game early.
Yeah, September 13th.
I really wish they actually played this game, Pitt and West Virginia. I really wish they actually played that toward the end of the year. I get that both are in different conferences, but that's one of those rivalries that it's special and you need to savor it. It doesn't need to be early in the year when they do it.
The Cole Johnson games, SMU at TCU.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't do ties in college football. They used to. They used to do ties before they decided, well, 2-point conversions have to be done until one team makes one more play than the other. I loved it when I was a teenager, and they would have games where they would tie. I would root for a tie with this game, but unfortunately, they don't do ties anymore in college football.
All you gotta do is call President Trump and tell him to send a bomb to TCU before Texas.
No, not a bomb not a bomb. I would I make a call to the stockade. Yeah, stockade. Yeah, take all those Longhorns that you have and just have them unleashed and just have them just go direct them to TCU Stadium and just have them drop turds all over the field. Because that is what any game that is in Fort Worth or Dallas is worth. A bunch of turds on the ground.
The fact that the Fort Worth Dallas area, he just hates it. but he has no gripe with either. He has no other gripe with either of the schools.
I don't hate SMU.
TCU could never be in the same category with Texas.
No, I don't hate TCU and I don't hate SMU as institutions. I don't. I just hate where they are. It's like with Wise. He loves New Edition, loves all 6 of them. Of course, one of them he loves for sure. He hates the fact they're from Boston. That is how it is with me in regards to SMU and TCU. I don't hate either school. It just sucks they're from an area that needs to be fumigated.
Not fumigated. What? We putting up the SAT book here. First show, we striking no punches here. And speaking of Chapel Bill, he gets to go to the bounce house. That might be a trip. I don't know.
What chances do you give him to play against your alma mater question mark?
I don't know, because Gus Malzahn, he ain't been on his game. Matter of fact, I think Gus Malzahn actually left UCF. I think they got a new coach. No, Scott Frost is back.
Yeah, Scott Frost.
Scott Frost is back at UCF, and Bill Belichick. I don't know if Scott Frost can build a program the way he had it before he left in year one. So, this, if things go according to plan from my point of view, this should be a tight game, and probably the fact that Bill Belichick is a 6-time champion, he might have the edge.
I agree. I think he does. I don't know if UCF is ready for prime time, so to speak. Of course, I don't know if UNC is ready for prime time either. But I think this is a good test for both teams. Actually,
is it the bounce house, man? That might be a trip, man. I don't know. That might be a trip. I don't know.
Well, how far is it from Duval?
Like 2.5 hours.
That's not bad. Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's less. That's like the distance between, like, if I wanted to catch a game at Neyland, if I want to catch a Tennessee game, it's about right. 2.5 hours. Yeah. It's not, and it's not a bad drive either.
That might be. Well, those are your key conference games here.
Key non-conference games.
Key non-conference games. Yeah, you're right. But I do see a lot of SEC Big 12 battles.
Mm-hmm.
And the only one we concerned about is Mississippi State, and they at home. If it was in Tempe, we'd probably be like, all right, y'all can take that out. But
them cowbells will be quiet by the third quarter.
I need them cowbells ringing all game long.
Them cowbells will be quiet at third quarter.
I would have concern about Auburn, but they're at Baylor, and we don't know what Baylor is anymore.
I don't even think Baylor knows what Baylor is anymore. They probably still think RG3 is quarterback there. And he was there what? 14 years ago? Yeah.
No comment.
Why?
No comment.
What did I say that was inappropriate?
You brought up RG3, so
yes.
I know what that hatred is with him.
I don't possess any hatred. I just possess truth with him. Milky mother sucker.
There you go.
Black man, he probably cut him. He just bleeds milk.
Let's look at the key Big 12 game.
Yes. Yes. First program of Bearing Down the Gridiron. I caught a laugh on him. Good. I have done my job.
Well, I got a feeling that's not what you mean by that. Anyway, the first Big 12 matchup will take place actually in week 0.
So it'll be one of the first games. Okay. For one of the first games of the season. Okay.
Dublin, Ireland, the Cyclones and the Wildcats.
Wait. Hold on. Time out. Aren't they rivals?
Your screen is not wrong, sir.
No. Aren't they rivals?
You can say that.
Why are they playing in August instead of November?
They playing in August. They playing in Ireland. Remember, you had Florida State and Georgia Tech play each other over there. 2 ACC schools. Now you got 2 Big 12 teams.
Yeah, but Florida State and Georgia Tech aren't rivals. At least from what I understand, they're not rivals. But what do I know?
I don't know what to tell you.
But what do I know?
You know. Then I'm looking at the where you at? It's in September. There's one BYU at Colorado. That game is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, that game, it will be interesting. Because possibly that might not be, well, it depends on how good Colorado is, but possibly that might not be the only time they match up.
I'm looking forward to that one. And then right after that, BYU hosts West Virginia. I want to see if West Virginia is going to build off of that good season that they had last year.
Why is West Virginia wanting to travel all the way to the Midwest, and they're in the Rust Belt. So the ACC just won't gonna give you money.
No, probably not. Who
Mm.
knows?
I'm sorry.
Who knows?
I didn't mean to say that.
The UCF Cincinnati rivalry will take place October 11 in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State visits Colorado on the same day. October 18th, the Holy War in Provo.
Provo?
Mm-hmm.
Or I was there. Oh, okay. I was about to say. Oh, that is what BYU plays. Okay. Thought it was Ogden, but my bad.
Where are you? Where are you at? The battle for Kansas takes place October 25th in Lawrence. Why doesn't they play it in Kansas City? Play at the Arrowhead Stadium.
I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to say anything.
No, I'm. Well, you can be nice. I'm not. I'm just saying.
Okay, fine. Who gives a crap?
That is true.
I mean, look, that's not the game that Kansas Cityans want to see.
That's Thursday.
No, they want to see Kansas and Missouri, or Kansas and Colorado. Those are the games they would want to see. And yeah, you could sell me the dream of, well, you have the two schools, they're near each other and they're near Kansas City. Yeah. Sell me that pipe dream when they play basketball against each other.
That don't even work because Kansas always beat down Kansas State.
True, but that would make better sense in basketball than football. Because in football, okay, fine. Both of them suck. Yes, I know. Kansas had a cute win in Arrowhead against Colorado last year. And Kansas, when Bill Snyder was coaching them, they had their moments. I know.
Kansas State not that too far off winning the Big 12. You remember that?
Yes, I know. I know they were not too far off.
And that was one of the 4 teams battling for spot in the championship.
Right. And I am aware. But do we talk about them in like top 5 or top 10 status? No, we don't.
We don't talk about nobody in this conference in that category.
Thank you. I rest my case.
This is the conference we're talking about here.
Yes, I rest my case.
Which means there's no games on this slide that Coach Jones is looking forward to.
Okay, let me see. Oh, Colorado and Utah. They play October 25th. Okay. I might look forward to that.
You'll be better off looking at November 22nd, knowing you.
Mm-hmm. Because I think that might determine who will be one of the teams in the Big 12 championship. And it might be, if Arizona State's good as well as Colorado, they might determine a playoff seeding. Might. That's a mighty strong word. Might.
Guess who's in the building?
Snowman, what's up, man? It's good to see you. BDG, or Down the Gridiron, is back. Yes, we is.
Yes, we is.
I thought you would like that.
Yes, we is. Oh my gosh. This is what it's going to be like the entire season with him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll let him explain to that when we close the show. Now we don't went through the key conference games. We went through some of the quotes that have been said from the Big 12 media. They did not do a Big 12 media poll because what happened last year and all this other good stuff. But y'all want, I know what y'all want. Here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. You don't have to be a dad and a coach at the same time no more.
Yeah, that will help him.
And plus, he brought in some more Hall of Fame NFL guys to coach his team in Warren Sapp and Marshall Falk. He got the number one.
I do like the Marshall Falk addition.
He picked up the number one quarterback in the transfer portal. He picked the number one ranking quarterback from high school.
You should have picked up number one running back and a number one left tackle. That's the only reason why I am really not sold on Colorado being the Big 12 champ. They probably could they probably could do like they did last year and find their way into the Big 12 championship game. But until I see this team able to run the ball and stop the run, I would like them, and their chances a lot better.
Full disclosure, not to make you laugh, but full disclosure, you was talking to a guy who was 0-3 and picking the Big 12.
Oh well, Mike Gundy, I picked you last year to win the Big 12. You got to show me something.
And that was after I picked him. Was that season 2 when I picked him and he choked it away?
Oh my God!
So I went in the year, and I went in the last year. I was like, I'm not picking you.
That's one of my favorite rants you did. I picked you last year.
And then he had the nerve to call out the fans because they were pissed off for how Oklahoma State was looking. How dare you? How dare you?
That's because that mullet's just gone out of control.
So, I am not picking Oklahoma State. And no, I have no idea what Kansas State going to look like. I have no idea what Arizona State going to look like because they don't got Cam Scotty no more. So they don't got that tank of a running back that's going to break 50,000 tackles.
And yeah, we're coming at you, Gundy. We know you're a man. You're almost 60, I think, now. Yeah. We're saying.
Because you have never won the freaking Big 12.
Not one.
And you've been there for over 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
And have not won the Big 12. Matter of fact, you only been to the Big 12 title game once, if I remember correctly.
That'd be correct.
Recently. Cole Johnson got going on another rant on Mike Gundy. That was not part of the program.
Yeah. Recently. And got boat raced in it.
That was not part of the program. I was not supposed to go on a rant on Mike Gundy.
But you should. You should go on a rant on that mullet head.
Coach Prime, I'm with you. I think this is your year. I think this is your year. I'm picking the Buffaloes.
Yeah, I'm with you too.
That guy over there, Havley, he shocked the hell out of me. You want to explain that BYU pick?
Okay. I like Colorado a lot. The reason why I picked BYU is I just figured that they're more balanced on offense, at least from what I witnessed last year. More balanced on offense, and I think they are a little bit better able to hang with talent on defense as well. Colorado just gives me too many reasons to pause. Just too many. One too many to the point where I would actually pick them and be with you as the Big 12 conference champion. Now
I'm on 3, so
now if they do find a running game and they do find a reason to stop teams from running, then this is going to make my pick of BYU look absolutely silly. And Colorado would be the team to beat in the conference. They should be, but I don't think they will.
Like I said, I'm on 3 in this conference. I haven't picked a winner in this conference right since I've done this show.
Mike Gundy, I picked you last year to win the Big 12. Oh, that was beautiful. That was a gem.
That damn mullet. I'm backing Coach Prime on this one.
And look, shout out to you, Coach Prime. I hope everything goes well. And if I'm rooting for a team to do well in the Big 12, it definitely is them. Now, and I know Houston is in the Big 12 now. I'm still rooting for Colorado over them.
So that is the Big 12 preview before we get out of here. Let me give my brother the full screen so that he can properly conclude the first episode as the official co-host of Bear Down the Gridiron.
Well, why, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure to actually have this platform. And so in doing so, I guess I will say, if you want to find this wonderful show, you can go to all social media platforms and all the podcast platforms, including Spotify and YouTube and all that sort. If you want to find old Playmaker, you can find him at the D20 Playmaker on Instagram, and just Darnell Playmaker Sallins on Facebook. Just find me, Cole Johnson, on Facebook, and host Cole Johnson for other things on social media. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for hitting that notification bell so that you can catch any and all of the content that is bearing down the gridiron. The Playmaker Sports blog, which is the Playmaker Sports at Playmaker Sports blog on the YouTube channel. And you can see me every morning, 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. BS3 presents the morning shift for Cole Johnson on the BS3 morning shift Cole Johnson YouTube channel. For the Playmaker, I am Cole Johnson, here to say, imparting as we always do. NCAA, get your hands out of their pockets.